Hi everyone, it's Dewana Golden, and I wanted to do this video mainly because I receive a lot of questions and a lot of comments about Dewana, how do you do so much? With you being a mother of three, having a special needs child, owning businesses, and going to school, how do you do it all? And where do you get the motivation from? And really, I just wanted to share a story, an instance, because I've really had this go-getter spirit and the ability to multitask for a very long time. And so I remember back in high school when it was time to apply to college, I made a list of all the colleges that I wanted to attend. And I mean, it was a list of about 30 colleges that I wanted to apply to. And so what I did, I got this poster board and I put all of the names of the colleges. And as I would send off my applications, I would check them off the list. And I hung it on my bedroom door. And actually, I hung it on the outside of the door so even my mom and my brother could see it. And, during this process, I've always been independent. So my mom didn't have to help me with applications. She didn't look over the applications because that's just not the type of person I was. I pretty much could handle it on my own. So I went through and applied to every school possible. I mean, from a dance school to kind of like a culinary-based school, hospitality school. I applied to NYU. I applied to all these UC schools. I applied to Spelman. I applied to Stanford. And I just remembered being so excited, and having so much motivation. I didn't even have money to apply to all these schools, but I filled out the fee waiver, and I got fee waivers for my applications, majority of them, if not all of them, if I can remember correctly. And so I went through this process, and I just had so much energy because I was so focused. It was something I wanted to tackle and accomplish. And it was just a personal goal for myself. No one was pushing me. I mean, really, my family wasn't even pushing me to do this. And so, long story short, I got into every school except for Stanford, but I got into every other school on my list. And, some even gave me scholarships. And just to take that same motivation and that same energy, I use that today. Even when things get challenging, even when I'm faced with difficulties. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, I was faced with financial difficulties. We were going through a really tough time, me and my husband. And so what I had to do is just really focus on that strength that I had back then when I was in high school or when I was a child. And just say, Dewana, you never let anything stop you before. Why let something stop you now? And I really just buckled down, use that same strength and that same energy to do what I'm doing today. Every day, I know that it's something that I can overcome, I can accomplish. Nothing's too hard for me. I know that if God placed it in front of me, then I can do it. And even if you're not a strong believer like I am, still muster up that same energy to believe in yourself. That you can do things, you can figure it out. And I would say, just like I did, like I go back to that time in high school when I applied to all those colleges, find an instance in your life where you had enough motivation, you had enough strength, you had enough vigor to go ahead and fight through and accomplish something. And just go back to that moment and just really understand what that felt like and use that same motivation and that same energy to accomplish what it is you have today. So if you want to start a business, if you want to tackle something that seems impossible, like obtaining a professional degree or even finding a work from home job, or starting a home-based business, go ahead. Use that motivation and that strength that you've always had that has gotten you to this point today. Use that and go ahead and go for it. Use your skills, use your talents to start that business, to work from home, to get that degree that you really want. Do it today.